Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. If this is your first time here, my name is Jody and I love a horological bargain. If you love a horological bargain, you should probably subscribe to the channel by hitting the button on your chosen device. Action-packed video for you today, a lot to get through. Not only am I going to review the cheapest bronze watch that I have encountered so far, the Aquatico C-Star Bronze at $299 US, I'm then going to force patina on it and I'm then going to give it away to one of you lucky viewers. It has been ages since I have done a subscriber giveaway, so to celebrate 45,336 subscribers, I'm going to give this watch away, but not before I cover it in ammonia and eggs. How do you go about winning the watch? Well, you stay tuned. Let's flip the camera and get into it. So rather a lot to get through today then. I'm going to start with a quick review of the timepiece, dimensions and specifications, etc. I'm going to do you a loom video, get it on both of these straps, take it outside, show you what it looks like fresh out the box. I'm then going to utilize this no expenses spared forced patina kit. Cloudy ammonia and sea salt with the aid of a pair of gloves. I thought I'd treat myself to these silver lined pink ones. And then I'm going to give away this unique, one-of-a-kind Jomwa patinaed Aquatico C-Star to one of you lot, and I'll let you know how you can win it as we go today. Now, $299 makes this the cheapest bronze watch that I've reviewed on the channel by a chunk. It is on a Black Friday special until the end of November. Regular price is somewhere around the $360, which would still make it the cheapest bronze watch that I've reviewed on the channel. And you get a reasonable package for that. I have previously critiqued Aquatico for including an extra strap but no spring bars. So today it comes on this black Milanese strap. You get a 1-year warranty with it. Rather nice looking stitched Panerai style, a big chunky buckle on that one, and they give you an extra pair of spring bars, so nice to see a bit of thought going into the overall package. And clearly, as is the original Aquatico C-Star 300 that I reviewed a couple of months back, this one is a Tudor homage, although I would say it is more bronze Black Bay than Black Bay bronze, if you see what I mean. The bronze Tudor looking quite different to this one. 42mm, just under 42mm in diameter, 13mm thick, bang on. We have got a lug tip to lug tip of 50mm, just under 50mm. Drilled lugs though today, bringing that inboard slightly. 22mm lug width. And on this supplied mesh strap, so the heavier of the two options, but the one that, critically I think anyway, that you can actually get wet and get some natural patina if you're so inclined on the case. This one weighs in at just under 150 grams. If you pop it on the leather, you're going to take a chunk of weight off it. So case, crown and bezel, all made of CU SN8 marine grade bronze. This one arrived yesterday, took it out of the packaging yesterday, and it was all nice and shiny. It is beginning to dull down a little bit. I wouldn't say tarnish or patina at this stage, but given time, the oxygen and the moisture in the air will gradually turn this one an interesting colour scheme, but we're going to force that today. Now, sapphire crystal covering the dial. As you can see, I think this is the same as the previous C-Star I looked at. I think it is single domed on the underside. So we've got a flat, there's a little bit of a lip there, dead flat on top, but you can see the distortion at the edges. I think it's underside domed, and there is apparently an anti-reflective coating on both sides of this one as well. And finishing on the bronze case, crown and bezel is adequate, if not outstanding, but then again, you don't really have to concentrate too hard on the finishing because it's going to patina, it's going to tarnish quite quickly anyway. Brushing on the lugs is a little bit rough, but you won't notice that after a couple of days. And we've got the little Aquatico dolphin logo on the crown there, which is quite pleasant. The bezel is, as you would expect, 120 click unidirectional rotating dive time bezel, but it is really, really light on. One of the lightest bezel actions that I've come across in a watch in ages. Zoomed right in on the dial and it is pretty much pure Tudor apart from the branding. Aquatico and automatic 1000 feet 300 meters printed on, as is that nice little gold minute track all the way around the outside. Indices are applied, not particularly deep, but they are applied nonetheless. Nice little frame around the date complication there at the 3 o'clock. And we've got a nice set of slightly textured classic snowflake hands in gold. Quite a pretty dial. No thanks to Aquatico though, I think the credit for that one goes to Tudor. And the loom on those hands is okay. BGW9, not a particularly massive amount of it. As noted in previous videos, I think BGW9 struggles against the like of C3 unless you're going to absolutely pump it full. I would say this is better than the C-Star that I reviewed previously. It's okay, not outstanding, but not too bad for the money. And the two enclosed straps are also reasonable for the money. This is a fairly cheap mesh strap, a fairly cheap PVD black Milanese. Does have the Aquatico branding on the clasp though. The leather strap is a pretty decent one though, well stitched, well sealed on the edges, and a very nice big chunky Aquatico buckle, also in bronze. And there is the watch on the supplied Milanese. On my 7-inch wrist, looks pretty good, 42mm, just under 50mm lug tip to lug tip. So bronze watches, they're a bit of a statement piece. They're not really everyday watches, so I've got no problem with having a bronze watch slightly larger than I would ordinarily wear a watch. So 42 good size, gonna fit the majority of wrists. And that's it, zoomed out for a little more perspective. You can see what I mean about the doming on that sapphire crystal, some nice distortions around the edges of the viewing angle, and you can clearly see a little bit of that AR coating glinting away under the studio lights. And that's it on the supplied vintage leather. I do like this strap, I must admit, very soft, very comfortable indeed. I think once we get a little bit of patina on that case, crown and bezel, this is going to be the strap to go for. Definitely a nice inclusion at $299, that's for sure. And there is the watch out and about in the Sydney early morning sunshine. I should point out that this features the ubiquitous Seiko NH35 movement. You know the deal by now, 24 jewels, Hacks hand winds, 42-hour power reserve, rugged, robust, reliable, and a great choice for micro brands everywhere. 42mm in diameter, this one. I think a larger style of case for a bronze watch. They're a bit of a statement piece, these bronze watches, so I think large is good. This one wearing quite nicely on my 7-inch wrist. So before I get the bleach out, what do I think of this bronze C-Star then? Well, for $299, there really isn't much else out there to touch it. Please, if you know of a cheaper bronze watch, leave me a comment below, let me know. I'd love to continue my downward quest to find the cheapest one overall. This one at $299, I think it offers pretty decent value. You can tell though that it has been built to a budget. As noted, the case finishing is okay if not outstanding. Bezel action is a little bit light and the loom, again, could be improved. All kind of signs of budget compromises, but overall pretty decent given those two straps and the fact that you can buy a bronze watch at all and still get change out of $300 is great. Shows you the way that the market is going with these things. Alright, on to the fun part then. Well, I've taken the strap off the watch, obviously, and I have ensured that the crown is screwed down nice and tight. Sapphire crystal, stainless steel case back. There's going to be no problem mucking around with this one and some hardcore chemicals today. So at this point I'm now talking over my edited footage because my attempts at forced patina didn't quite go as planned. I had done some research, about 5 minutes, and I decided that ammonia was the method for me. It was harsher than just using eggs or salt and vinegar or something else. So I bought the cheap ammonia as discussed. I soaked the watch in a salt solution, dropped it into a Tupperware tub with an ammonia bowl next to it, closed the tub and left it for a couple of hours, but nothing really happened. It just kind of went black. It didn't look like it was going the way I wanted it to. So I took it out, I gave it a wash in vinegar. Apparently acid pretty much cleans the tarnish off bronze, and then I went for the old 2 boiled eggs in a Ziploc bag method and left it for 12 hours. And this is the result of 12 hours with 2 eggs in a Ziploc bag. Perhaps not quite the found with the wreck of the Mary Rose look that I was going for, but certainly it has created a very interesting effect on the outside of this watch. Makes me think that this is aluminium bronze. The way it has reacted and the kind of base colour actually is still quite pale. Makes me think that perhaps this is a slightly lighter, more durable and less corrosive aluminium bronze. But there you go, still looks pretty good. And I popped the buckle in with the eggs as well to ensure that it didn't look out of place. And there it is, back on that vintage style leather strap, looking certainly a lot more interesting and characterful than it did before. All right, come on Jody, we've waited patiently listening to you prattle on. How do we win this thing? Well, I haven't shown you the caseback designer on this Aquatico yet, have I? It's the infamous mermaid riding a dolphin. Probably the best worst caseback that I have ever seen on a watch, and one that I likened to a $20 tattoo when I reviewed the original Sea Star a couple of months ago. So my question to you is, if you started your own micro brand, what design would you put on the caseback of your watch? Don't say a mermaid riding a dolphin, because unfortunately someone got that before you. Not going to leave this one too long because it's Black Friday. I will announce the winner on Black Friday. I'm going to pin the comment, so you've probably got about 48 hours to look at the video, come up with your own hilarious answer and leave me that comment. I'll pin the comment and let you know to get in touch with me to take delivery of the watch, and I'm going to leave those little bits of egg on there just for you. So there you have it, an action-packed video, a lot going on in this one today. What about the watch then? Let's take it back to basics. At $299, the Aquatico Sea Star Bronze is just about the cheapest bronze watch that you're going to find on the market. Certainly it's the cheapest one that I have found so far. At that price, you feel the budget is a little bit stretched. The case finishing, perhaps not as sharp as it could be. Bezel action, a little bit light on. But the leather strap's a cracker, and you can't really complain for a bronze watch at that price. What about the Force Patina experience? Well, who knew? Couple of organic boiled eggs seem to do the trick quite nicely. Certainly better than the rather stinky ammonia experience that I had earlier on this morning. So if you want to win a slightly eggy but very interesting looking bronze watch, one of a kind Jomwa Patina'd, leave me a comment, let me know what design you would put on the caseback of your brand. Keep it clean. I'll announce the winner on Black Friday, so if you don't win, you've still got plenty of time to pick up some of the deals that will undoubtedly be floating around. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.